Good evening, baseball fans, and welcome to center field at Lexington High School for tonight's interleague matchup between the visiting TJO Sports of the Boston Park League and your Intercity League Lexington Blue Sox. We ask that good sportsmanship prevails throughout tonight's contest on and off the field. Any intimidating or disrespectful actions taken by spectators, players, or coaches are unacceptable and unwelcome. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the game tonight here at Lexington High School.
They're not going to come out on the field, so don't worry about it.
Let's introduce the starting lineup, starting with the visiting TJO Sports. Leading off, the second baseman, number 38, Dante Diavanzo. In the two-hole, the shortstop, number 6, Sam Steves. Batting third, the catcher, number 1, Ayrton DePina. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 17, Tommy Goonan. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 18, Jackson Brinker. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 24, Jake Madak. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 22, Ian LaForest. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 42, Kevin Hurley. And batting ninth, the designated hitter, number 19, Ian Ostberg. Pitching for TJO, number 28, Aiden McMillan. TJO comes in 5-2, managed by Bob Johnson. And now the starting lineup for your Lexington Blue Sox. Leading off, the shortstop, number 2, Anderson Jimenez. In the two-hole, the first baseman, number 21, Josue Feliciano. Batting third, the left fielder, number 9, Austin Mazel. In the cleanup spot, the center fielder, number 33, Nick Anderson. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 46, David Vanderzowen. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 11, Jake Zawatsky. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 34, A.J. Lisko. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 4, Dylan Walsh. And batting ninth, the catcher, number 42, Austin Travis. And on the mound for your Blue Sox, number 40, Chris Wonnett. The Blue Sox come in 3-1-1 and are managed by Rick DeAngelis.
Derek Pelagi with another fine introduction, filling in for Chris Del Sordo. I think you two might have to duke it out for the rest of the season. I don't know. But welcome to another edition of Lexington Blue Sox Baseball here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network on YouTube. Another interleague matchup, third in 3 days for the Blue Sox, taking on TJO Sports of the Park League. TJO coming in at 5-2, second in the Park League standings. Of the Blue Sox, tied for first in the Park League standings, a three-way tie at 5-2. While the Blue Sox are second in the ICL at 3-1-1 after a 12-0 drubbing of the Boston Athletics last night at Townfield in Dorchester. Sam Feely here with you, ready to bring the play-by-play story as the Blue Sox look to make it 3 in 3 days against 3 interleague opponents, having already put up 1-2 now, 12-run victories against McKay Club of the Yawkey League and now TJO and Boston A's the Park League. And we'll see if they can put the hurt on TJO again tonight. And you'll see Nick Anderson in the lineup tonight for the Blue Sox, the hottest hitter on the planet Earth, who in the last 2 games had on Monday night a double, a triple, a homer, 6 RBIs, and had another 6 spot last night against the A's, including a grand slam in the first inning as part of that 12-0 drubbing of the Boston A's. In case you joined us just after Derek's introduction of the starting lineups, here they are for TJO Sports. They'll be in the green uniforms with the white pants and the green caps. It'll be Dante Davanzo leading off at second base, followed by Sam Steves at short. Aiden DePina is behind the plate. Tommy Goonan is at third. Jackson Brinker is in center. Jake Madak is at first. Ian LaForce is in left. Kevin Hurley is in right. And Ian Usberg rounds out the lineup as a DH. And on the mound tonight for TJO will be Aiden McMillan, who is making his first appearance of the season for TJO. Last year on the mound for TJO, he was 1-5 with a 4.36 ERA, which flipped the script from the previous season, in which in 2022 he went 5-1 with a 2.14 ERA. Career record with TJO of 6-6 in 68 innings, 3.29 ERA, 67 hits, 46 runs allowed, 32 of which are earned, walked 39, struck out 87, surrendered 1 home run, hit 9 batters, and thrown 10 wild pitches, and committed 2 balks. Saw a balk on Monday night that brought in one of the Blue Sox runs, in fact, during the win over McKay Club. For the Blue Sox, their lineup will look like this. It'll be Anderson Jimenez leading it off at short, followed by Josue Feliciano, who had a home run last night in that big win over the A's, batting second at first base. Austin Mazel in left. Nick Anderson, as I alluded to, the hottest hitter on the planet, batting cleanup in center field. David Vanderzaan gets the start in right. Jake Sawatsky will be at third. A.J. Lisko's the DH. Dylan Walsh is at second. And Austin Travis will round out the lineup behind the plate with Chris Wannett on the mound. Chris pitched the first 5 innings of the tie, the 9-inning scoreless tie against the Expos on opening night. Allowed 3 hits, but no runs, no walks, and struck out 4, looking for his first win of 2024 here against TJO. Last year, 1-0 in 8 appearances, 26 and a third innings, and a 2.13 ERA. We'll turn up the iris on the camera in just a moment. We promise you it's not this dark. It's not actually this dark. We can see a little better than maybe you can right now, folks at home. But the wonderful world of toying with camera settings. The Blue Sox take the field. Blue Sox looking to make it 3 wins in a row after that tough loss to the Melrose Americans last Friday night. 3 wins if they have the game tonight, and then Thursday and Friday they're off before the Intercity League Day of Baseball on Saturday, which will coincide with the Blue Sox 30th anniversary gathering, and they will play against the Malden Mad Dogs in that nightcap of the Day of Baseball after the 30th anniversary festivities are concluded. Yeah, it's a little bright right now on the camera. I may have overcompensated, but just about ready for some baseball. So Dante Davanzo will lead things off here in the top of the first for TJO. I think I had, the one I want him to have is still in here. We'll worry about it later. All right, moving on. Got a game to attend to. Here we go. Dante Davanzo to lead things off. First pitch at 8:06 is in there for a strike. We're underway. Katrina will attest it. I'm used to multitasking. Grounder to the left side. Anderson's got it. On to first. Oh, skipped away from Sway and goes out of play. So Davanzo aboard to begin the ball game in scoring position. Well, not an ideal start for the Blue Sox. An error will put Davanzo at second. Here's Sam Steves, the shortstop, wearing number 6. Initials SS for the position SS, number 6, on the back of his jersey and in the scorecard. So, gotta love when those work out, right? Steves with a 1079 OPS for the first 5 games of the season, but he swings and misses here, 0-1. 2 doubles, 4 ribbies, 3 walks, just 1 strikeout in 18 at-bats. Also has 4 steals in 4 attempts, including 2 in a win over the Middlesex Expos last night. That is just outside. Count will even at 1. 8-7 win for the Expos at Fountain Field in Roslindale last night, which snapped a 2-game losing streak. They'd started the season 4-0. Fly ball into center field. Anderson's on his horse, and he runs it down for the first out of the ball game, and being forced to retreat to second is Davanzo. So 1 down. Davanzo still at second, and here's Ayrton DePina, the catcher. DePina was the 2022 Yawkey League Scholarship, Park League Gene Yawkey Scholarship Award winner. Fouls off the first one. 0-1 to the TJO catcher. Fouls off this next one. The count will be 0-2. DePina, 1331 OPS through the first 5 games. No extra base hits, but 8 ribbies. 1 walk and 2 steals. Davanzo dancing off of second. That is fouled off. It'll remain 0-2 with 1 out here in the top of the first. TJO Sports in a 3-way tie right now for first in the Park League, along with no foul at the plate there. Will remain 0-2, along with ADSL and the EI Braves. TJO's already beaten the Braves once this year, 10-9. There's a throw to first for out number 2, and a good job by Zawatsky to look the runner back to second as well. 2 down as DePina is retired, and here is Tommy Goonan, the third baseman.
The third baseman, number 17, Tommy Goonan.
Goonan able to hold up there for ball 1. Close pitch, but he's ahead in the count 1-0. Goonan's only played in 3 games so far this year, but has a 938 OPS. 1-1. Hasn't played in the last 2 games. Last played on June 5th against ADSL and went 1 for 2 in that game. Was also hit by a pitch. 2-1. No Jonathan Luters in the lineup tonight for the Blue Sox, but he did pick up a hit last night in the win over the A's and extended his hit streak to 5 to begin the season. Here's a shot into center field. Anderson's got it, and the side is retired. So Nothing comes of that leadoff error that put Devonzo in scoring position. And through half an inning, TJO nothing, and the Blue Sox coming up.
Leading off for your Blue Sox to the bottom of the first, the shortstop, number 2, Anderson Jimenez.
Anderson Jimenez to lead things off here in the bottom of the first for the Blue Sox, to be followed by Josue Feliciano and Austin Maisel. Way up and away for ball 1 to Anderson Jimenez from Aiden McMillan. Two and 0 the count. I can help you fix that between innings if you need it. Blanket statement. Grounder to short. Oh, a little bit of a bobble there. Barehanded, picked up, fire on to first in time for out number 1. Great recovery there at short by Sam Steeves. 1 up, 1 down to begin the evening for McMillan.
The first baseman, number 21, Josue Feliciano.
Here's Josue Feliciano. Last night, playing his first game since the season opener against the Expos, and picked up his first home run of the season. Jogging before the game, he's mad because I wasn't able to get footage of that one, but it's in the scorebook. It'll go into the stats. And Sway might have something in his eye here, and obviously, health the players is tandem. I don't know if there's some bugs hovering around home plate, but we are basically on a peat bog here. Remember that. That is up and away, 2-0. 2-0 is the count to Sway. Three and 0. Sway said, I only hit a home run every 1,000 at bats or something. You gotta have footage of it. Give yourself a little bit of credit, Sway. I'm the one who's supposed to be super hard on himself. You're better at this than I ever could be. Draws a 4-pitch walk. Good start for his night, certainly. So it's fine. Don't worry about it. Just announce number 9. It's fine. Oh, yeah, that part. Yep. It happens, unfortunately. We're trying to get the uniform situation straight now. But here's Austin Maisel.
This is the left fielder, Austin Maisel.
Sway on first after a 4-pitch walk, and Maisel golfs this one into left center field and caught for out number 2. Wow, the center fielder went a long way to try and get that one. It was really just a pretty much straight away all left fielder's job there. And 2 down, but doesn't get any easier here. Even lefty on lefty, Nick Anderson, on a sun run the last couple of games, was 3 for 3 and it was a single shy of the cycle on Monday night. And the only reason he didn't get the single is because the mercy rule kicked in before he could get his 4th at bat. In fact, he got the 2 hardest ones out of the way first, the triple and the homer. There's no cheapie either for the homer. That was to straightaway center. 1-1 the count. Fouled off. Oh boy, I hope the ambulance isn't going to have an emergency of its own there as it passes by us on Northern Road. We have an official broadcast, but what are we going to do? We're going to be playing Frogger with the bubblegum lights coming by here. 1-2. And Anderson fouls that one off. Wow. Something must have happened. Mail truck? Oh, here's another LPD car though. Anyways. Still 1-2. Never a dull moment. 1-2 the count still to Anderson. And that is inside for ball 2. Try to ring him up with the off-speed stuff. Try and pull it back to the inside corner there, and didn't get the call, so we're even at 2-2 here with Sway on first and 2 out. Oofa! 3-2. This is not the ideal zone to see in the first inning if you're either pitcher. So Sway will be off with the pitch here. Full count to Anderson. Popped up into foul territory, and along the line he caught it for the out that retires the side. Never a doubt. Tiptoeing there. And Goonan gets TJO out of that one and prevents Anderson from getting a reprieve there. Through 1, no score.
Leading off for TJO in the top of the
Jackson Brinker, Jake Madak, and Ian LaForest, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the TJO lineup, due up here in the top of the second. Chris Wanick got through the first inning, the 1 base runner allowed on the error, and didn't come back to bite him. And now he's ahead of Brinker. 0-1, and now ahead of him 0-2 as that's fouled off. Brinker is out of St. Lawrence. Nice. 0-2 the count. And able to get a piece of that one, that excuse me swing, and he'll do it again. Well, you really got to get down on top of that one if you're going to make any contact just to spoil it. So Brinker stays alive at 0-2, again to be followed by Madak and LaForest. And family gets on. Hurley, good morning, good afternoon, and, well, actually not. There was a foul ball in between. But Brinker is retired on strikes. 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the second. First strikeout of the evening for Chris Wanick. Here's the first baseman, Jake Madak. Madak takes down and away for a ball. 1-0. Madak entering play with a 545 OPS in 3 games and 11 at-bats, was 1 for 4 with a run scored and a strikeout in the win over the Expos last night. 1-1 the count. Grounder up the middle. Shortstop Jimenez makes amends for that error in the top of the first with a fine play there. 2 up, 2 down. No, we haven't retired 42 at this level. Again, don't worry about it. No, it's LaForest. You might just have a different. I got it. Well, it is in fact LaForest. All right. I might have screwed that one up. I got in the mad apologies. Wait. Or is this Hurley? Yeah, is this Hurley or LaForest? Because do they flip flop the order afterward? Because what am I? Or maybe just have the wrong numbers. I don't know. Well, it should be LaForest up according to our lineup, but we might be nitpicking a little bit. But I mean, if Rick has the official order, that's what matters. I don't know, man. Regardless, pops up to end the inning. 1, 2, 3, go the visitors from TJO Sports. Buck and a half in the books, no score.
Hitting off your Blue Sox in the bottom of the second, the right fielder, number 46, David Vanderzowen.
David Vanderzowen will lead things off here in the bottom of the second for the Blue Sox. Ms. Vanderzowen, make your presence known in the chat, please. She's assumed the Mrs. Wojcik role these days. Up and away, ball 1. Is Alex here? I wonder. Is he in the chat? I don't know. Sway was in the chat the other night. Good already. Past couple of games for Sway with performance he had last night. And he'll walk his first plate appearance here tonight. But no hits for either side through the first inning and a half. 1-1 the count to David. 1-2 as that hits the outside corner. Vanderzowen through Monday night's game, 833 OPS on the season with 1 hit and 1 walk. Two and 2 the count. Foul tip into the mitt of the catcher to Pena for out number 1. So the first strikeout of the ball game for McMillan. Here's Zawatsky.
Jake Sawatsky.
Go, win it now, win it. 2-2.
Well, I see what was going on now for whatever reason. I just had to plug the try turning it off and on again. The microphone, I realized what was going on with the lack of audio here. Is that better, dear? At least a little bit? I see what you were talking about. I was having input here, but absolutely nothing coming in, even though I had the right device selected. You good, Katrina? Advanced technology, huh? All right. Inside corner for strike one. Sorry about all that, folks. Anderson Jimenez ground out to short his first time up. Thank you, Kelsey. Fly out to right, 2 down. My sister-in-law, folks. Katrina's here at the park with me. So someone else has to hold me accountable in the chat. Here's Sway. Walk his first time up. Takes strike one on the outside corner. That'll be a ball. 1-1 the count to Sway. Swing and a miss. With a fastball by him there. And the count will be 1-2. Popped up in a foul ground. Look out. And going over towards the bullpen, and Nick's behind it. So it'll remain 1-2. Sway trying to get on, keep the line moving for Austin Mazel, who's on deck. Foul tip into the mitt for strike 3, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Blue Sox. Derek, you might be a bad luck charm for the offenses here. I don't know, man. Correlation does not equal causation, I know. Remember, folks, if we could control the outcome from back here, they're not paying us nearly enough. No score after 3. Well, that's the beauty of, good pitchers. When they're feeling good, they need very little time to get loose before they take the rubber again for their next inning. Here's a grounder to third. Nice pick there. Zawatsky on to first. 1 up, 1 down. One pitch, 1 out, in fact. And that is now 10 in a row retired by Chris Wannett. Here's DePina, grounded out to third his first time up. Just the one base runner allowed by Juan to this point. That was Devonzo, the very first batter of the ball game, on an error. Put him in scoring position, but no further advance from him, and that's all. That's the closest, really, either side's come to scoring. The leadoff man getting into scoring position on an error. 0-1. Blue Sox have had two base runners, with one of them getting into scoring position, but those were both walks, and both came with one out, and 1-1 the count. As DePina waiting for Travis and wanted to finish this little discussion here. We usually close the Who You Got poll the middle of the fourth inning or after the end of the fourth inning, but you saw how last Monday's game played out with that 9-inning scoreless tie, and obviously I posted it a little bit later than I usually do, so we'll let it run a while longer. Let us know if you think we're going to actually have a winner this time, or this might be you get a point, everybody gets a point again. We'll see what happens. Top of the fourth, no score between TJO Sports of the Park League and Lexington Blue Sox of the Intercity League. It delivers a 2-1, and it is swung on and missed. 2-2 the count. DePina, 2, 3, and 4 due up. We already saw Steve's ground out. DePina and then Tommy Goonan due up after that. If anyone gets on, Jackson Brinker, the center fielder. 2-2. Here it is. Down the right field line the other way. That is a foul ball. It'll remain 2-2. Probably the closest either side has come to picking up a hit so far in this ball game, but just pushed ever so slightly foul. And we'll do it again at 2-2. Grounder to the left side, but that'll also go foul. Less tension on that one, though, than the previous one. Still 2-2 to DePina. Here it is. Grounder to the left side again. Jimenez, backhand, fires. That'll be a base hit for DePina, the first base hit of the ball game for either side.
The third baseman, number 17, Tommy Goonan.
So DePina picks up the first hit of the ball game, and probably apt for the way this game is played out that it was an infield single, too. Feliciano going over to want it before he delivers the first pitch to have a word about how they're going to attack Goonan and maybe even attack DePina here. Goonan flew out to center his first time up, looking to get a hold of one and break the ice here in the top of the fourth. Sway once again coming off the first base bag to give some directions. So DePina at first after the infield single, the first base hit of the ballgame for either side. And that'll be in there for strike one, 0-1. First base hit and just the second base runner for TJO tonight, ending a streak of 10 consecutive batters retired by Wanted. Runner was going there with the pitch, but it is fouled off, and the count will be 0-2 to the TJO cleanup hitter. Brinker due up next. Sure, one would love to roll a 2-ball here and get out of this quicker than he has to. 0-2. I'll have to wait a moment as the throw back to first is not in time. This is into the right center field gap, and that'll get down for another base hit. DePina took a wide turn at second, but gets back there. So first and second now, one out for Brinker.
The center fielder, number 18, Jackson Brinker.
Brinker struck out swinging his first time up. It's the beauty of interleague play. Play against a lot of guys you've never seen before or haven't seen very much. Or maybe have, but haven't seen in a while, depending on where you've played and what levels you faced them. And, well, TJO doing a nice job adjusting after the first time through the lineup. Back-to-back singles now by DePina and Goonan have first and second. Here's a grounder to third. They'll take the force there, and that is all they will get. Not going to chance it with Brinker busting it up the line. So DePina is retired, 5 unassisted. Goonan goes to second. Brinker reaches on the fielder's choice. 2 down now for Madak.
The first baseman, number 24, Jake Madak.
So Goonan at second, Brinker at first, Madak a ground out to short, his first time up. Runner not being held there at first with 2 outs and play at any base, and a swing and a miss by Madak. 4 out, strike rather, number 1. Need another one of these, man? All right. Fouled off. The count will be 0-2. Oh, we got to adjust the camera for a moment. 1 second, folks. Sounds the game time.
You that guy, baby. Home.
Hey, change the game for it, too. What do you say, Go, Jackie!
Left fielder, number 42, Ian LaForest.
Sounds the game is bad luck, huh? At least if you're a Blue Sox fan. 1-0. 2-strike, 2-out pitch. Madak comes through in a big way, and Goonan scores the first run of the ball game. Here's LaForest, ground this one to third. And Zawansky steps on the bag there for the out that retires the side. But TJO strikes first. We're halfway home, 1-0 visitors.
For your Blue Sox, in the bottom of the 4th, the left fielder, number 2, Austin Mazel.
Well, Blue Sox trailing 1-0 here. 3.5 in the books, but the heart of the order due up. Mazel, Anderson, and Vanderzouwen. Maisel takes inside for ball one. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left in that top of the 4th for TJO to take a 1-0 lead on the road against the Blue Sox. It's the streak of 10 consecutive retired by Chris Wannett before he allowed those 2 base hits to DePina and Goonan, then got the fielder's choice at third with Brinker up for the second out, but Badak got it through the left side to bring home Goonan for the game's first run before another play at third, LaForest grounding into a fielder's choice to wrap that top of the 4th up. So first 3 hits of the ball game belong to TJO. 3-1 to Maisel. Swung and missed there at ball 4, so full count. Can McMillan come all the way back? Yes, he can. Great start to the inning for McMillan after his offense got him a lead. Back-to-back strikeouts now for McMillan after striking out Feliciano to end the third.
The center fielder, number 33, Nick Anderson.
So 6 in a row now retired by McMillan. He's just allowed the 2 walks to Feliciano and Zawadzki, and here is Nick Anderson. Bounce at the plate, ball 1. Before his explosion on Monday, Nick Anderson hadn't had a hit since his first at-bat on opening night, but double, triple, and a home run on Monday and a grand slam yesterday, and now he picks up another base hit here through the right side. And there's the first base hit of the ball game for the Blue Sox. So you can turn off no-hitter watch there, and now let's play a ball game, huh? Here is Mrs. Van der Zouwen's baby boy to try and start a rally here. Blue Sox, for the 3rd time in 4 innings, get a man aboard after the first man was retired. Van der Zouwen, towering fly ball into right center field, and a diving catch! Like an RKO out of nowhere, Hurley robs Van der Zouwen of a base hit, 2 down.
Third baseman, number 11, Jake Zawadzki.
Here's Zawadzki to try and keep the line moving. Runner goes, and it is a foul ball. Oh, boy. Swinging at that first pitch, and Zawadzki, it was 2 downs. He didn't have to worry. So it's not like Anderson would have been doubled off. But a reprieve there as it was hit right to Madak, moving over towards foul territory. But the way it kicked off of him, you don't want to worry that he'd be in fair territory and maybe let Anderson run for a while. It is 0-1, and now it is 1-1. So again, a reprieve there for Zawadzki, and that foul off the other way. 1-1 the count. Runner goes again, popped up down the line. Is it going to get out of play? It is. 1-2. But hey, you can see what Rick DeAngelis is trying to do. You know, try and create some excitement, create some movement, create some action. Rattle the cage a little bit on the field. Start the hit and run here. Now straighten out just a little bit more, though. But now that you've seen Anderson run twice in this at-bat, does he go again before it would get to 3-2? Well, it's 2-2 now, and he didn't go there. Anderson picking up the first base hit of the ball game for the Blue Sox. Blue Sox looking for their first run, though. 2-2, 2 outs. Runner goes. Pitch is down and in, and no throw whatsoever. Stolen base for Nick Anderson with a full count. So Zawatsky with a chance to bring home the tying run if he can get it through the infield and pick up a base hit. He's going again. It's another steal. And now it gets up the line, but he recovers, and he's safe. Oh, boy. Oh, stolen base for Anderson, two now on the trip, but nearly got hosed overrunning the bag there. So here is A.J. Lisko after the walk to Zawatsky. Zawatsky picking up his second walk of the ball game. That's in the dirt, but no advance by the runners. A lot of lefties here in this portion of the lineup, though, so works in TJO's favor. Generally speaking, that's a ball. Throw down to second. Now they'll come home, and they got him for the out that retires the side. Well, plenty of excitement there in that bottom half. The Blue Sox pick up their first base hit of the ball game. Anderson picks up a couple of steals, but gets nabbed at home, trying to sneak in the back door on the double steal attempt, and their first run will have to wait. We're through four complete, 1-0 TJO.
Hitting on for TJO in the top of the fifth, the right fielder, number 22, Kevin Hurley.
Hurley, Osberg, and Devonzo due up here in the top of the fifth for TJO, looking for some insurance after they got out of Dodge unscathed in the bottom of the fourth. Hurley grounded out to the pitcher, won it. His first time up in the top of the third. This will be a foul ball, and the count will be 0-2. Never underestimate the importance of two-strike hitting, with Madak's single coming on an 0-2 with 2 outs. In the top of the fourth to give TJO the 1-0 lead they currently hold. This will be hit the other way, and a diving, not a catch. It was a trap, and that'll be a base hit. Fine effort by the Blue Sox right fielder Vanderzowen, but no RKO out of nowhere for him, and that is a leadoff single for Hurley.
Designated hitter number 19, Ian Osberg.
I mean, in that play, that's the best case scenario you can have happen there, as long as you don't let the ball get past you and let him run for forever. Yep, exactly. 1-0 the count to Ian Osberg, who flew out to left his first time up. So that marks the first time since the first inning that TJO got the leadoff man aboard when Devonzo reached on that error by the shortstop Jimenez on the second pitch of the ballgame. Throw back to first, and back safely is Hurley. So 4 hits now, 1 run, no errors, and 3 left for TJO. Meanwhile, for the Blue Sox, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 left. Through 4 plus now. 1-0 our score. TJO coming into play tied for first, a 3-way tie for first in the Boston Park League at 5-2. Going to pick up a win here and hand the Blue Sox their first interleague defeat of the season and won their first two interleague games in 12-run Mercy Rule decisions, 2-1 the count, beating McKay 3-1, 13-1 of the McKay Club because of the Yawkey League, 13-1 on Monday, and then the Boston A's last night, another Park League team, 12-0. Up and away, 3-1. Don't want to dance around with the bottom of the order, obviously. Devonzo is due up next. Both teams were hitless through the first 3 innings. Pitching's been great, and hitting the outside corner there is wanted to fill the count. You send Hurley here? Maybe if you were trailing, try to, create some excitement like the Blue Sox were in the bottom half of the fourth. 3-2, lifted towards the corner and right, and that'll get down for a base hit. On his way to third is Hurley. He will be held there as it's a double for Osberg. So the 8 and 9 hitters with a single and double to lead off the top of the fifth, and a golden opportunity for TJO to pick up some insurance. Or the folks down south, insurance. As Pat McGowan's going to come out and have a chat with the entire Blue Sox infield. Lineup turns over for Devonzo. 0 for 2, reached on that error to begin the ball game, then struck out looking to end the top of the third. Devonzo entering play tonight, 1152 is OPS, 467 is average. 6 of his 7 hits are singles. 3 ribbies, but none since June 3rd against Mass Envelope. Last night, took an offer with 2 Ks against the Expos, but did steal a base. His first steal of the season. Infield comes in with second and third, nobody out here in a 1-run ball game, and it is ball 1.
Second baseman with 38, Dante Devonzo.
Hurley at third, Osberg at second. Line down the left field line, that is a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes another. Devonzo's on his way to second with a stand-up 2-run double. TJO not wasting any time here in the top of the fifth, tacking on some more runs. 3-0. Second double of the season for Devonzo. Still nobody out for Steves. Devonzo picks up his first 2 RBIs since that Mass Envelope game. He's now got 5 ribbies on the season. Two and on the count. Steves 0 for 2. Fly out to center and a ground out to third so far. First time through the lineup was not very good for TJO. Second time was good. See if the third time will be even better. On the inside corner, 2-1. Six hits now for TJO. Fouled off, and the count will even at 2. DePina's due up next. He had the first hit of this ball game last inning. 2 runs on 3 hits already here in the top of the 5th after 1 run on 3 hits for TJO in the 4th. Wants going through it right now. Let's see if he can get out of it. Fouled off. Remains 2-2. There's action in the Blue Sox bullpen right now. Time is called here before the next pitch. Inside. Full count now. 2 Steves. The number 3 hitter, DePina, due up next. Well, now you've seen some runs, Derek. Yeah. 3-2 the count, and Steve's granted time here. Hey, even if you're leading, you can't let the pitcher get back into a rhythm. Make it hurt. Little grounder to second, on to first for the first out of the top of the 5th. To third goes Devonzo on the G4. Getting that ground out. It's bought one, at least one more batter, it seems, in the eye of Rick DeAngelis. Here's DePina. 1 for 2. Ground out to third his first time up. Singled, but was forced out at third. In the 4th, for his second time up, he's behind now 0-1. That top of the 4th, boy, that they don't call it the hot corner for nothing. Pat McGowan coming out from the dugout here to direct some traffic to the outfield. Don't call it the hot corner for nothing. Zwotsky was in the middle of it. That entire top of the 4th. All 3 outs went through him. Of course, there was that hot shot to the left side. And nothing he or Jimenez or maybe really anyone could do about that one. Or that one, for that matter. As that is into left field for a base hit, and in from third comes Devonzo to make it 4-0 TJO. And looks like that is going to do it for Chris Wannett. Got through 4 1/3, but has allowed 4 runs and is still responsible for the man on first, DePina, with a pitching change. Coming to you from LHS, 4-0 TJO Sports over the Blue Sox. Nate Hartley will take over on the mound for the Blue Sox. His first assignment will be the TJO third baseman, Tommy Goonan. A single and a run scored his last time, out 1 for 2. And he takes up and away ball 1. So 4 1/3 in the books for Chris Wannett, still responsible for DePina on first. 4 runs allowed so far on 7 hits. Just 2 Ks and no walks. 1-1. This point, every batter in the TJO lineup has reached base except for Steves and LaForest. One and two the count to Goonan, with DePina at first after an RBI single that brought home Devonzo to make it 4-0 TJO. Up and away, 2-2. Difficulty of facing pitchers you've never faced before, or have hardly ever faced. Well, TJO overcame that after the first time through the lineup. Did not have a hit the first time through against Wannett. It's now full count. The second time through, strikeout, ground out, single, 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 fielder's choice, single, double, 3 runs. That's in there for strike 3 called. Huge strikeout there for Hartley for the second out of the top of the 5th. It's been a good start the third time through the lineup with Devonzo getting that double and then eventually scoring. DePina with a single, but we'll see if a new noodle will stop the bleeding here for the Blue Sox. Got Goonan looking. Here's Brinker. 0 for 2, struck out swinging in the second and reached on fielder's choice before being forced out on fielder's choice in the 4th. He comes up empty there, and it is 0-1. 3 more runs on 4 more hits here in the top of the 5th for TJO to extend a 1-0 lead to a 4-0 lead. Trying to pick up their 6th win of the season as TJO is in a 3-way tie with ADSL and the EI Braves at the top of the Park League standings. Meanwhile, the Blue Sox 3-1-1 with 7 points, 1 point ahead of Melrose, although Melrose, are we doing this again? Now the second line. 1-2 the count. It didn't blur it immediately the last. I don't know what I mean, the other night when it was raining, obviously that would mess things up, but like it has been raining tonight. People don't think it'd be like it is, but it do. One of baseball's immortal lines. Oscar Gamble, former Yankees outfielder. 1-2 the count. Still here to Brinker. Blue Sox will have tomorrow and Friday off, and again, they host the Malden Mad Dogs. The ICL Day of Baseball. Saturday evening, the nightcap of that one. And that'll be a swing and a miss for strike 3, and the side is retired. 2 Ks in the inning for Hartley, but the damage has been done. 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 left. 4.5 of the books, 4-0, TJO.
the bottom of the fifth, the designated hitter number 34, A.J. Lisco.
A.J. Lisco to lead things off here in the bottom of the fifth. McMillan's still out there for TJO. Blue Sox need to get a rally going here. It's one thing when you're scoreless through three, and both teams hitless, in fact, through three. Hey, you may be down one halfway home, but you had your chances. But Lisco at bat, because he was at bat when the third out was made, with Anderson getting caught at home on a potential double steal. So Lisco, Walsh, and Travis, the bottom third of the order, due up here for the Blue Sox. That is up and away, 2-1. With the glut of lefties in the Blue Sox lineup, especially in really the heart of the order, too, that's worked in McMillan's favor. Not just the one hit, also 3 walks, but he is behind Lisco here, 3-1 to begin the bottom of the fifth. McMillan with the wind of the pitch. A little flare that will be caught at third for the first out of the bottom of the fifth. Not an ideal start to that inning. Once again, the Blue Sox unable to get the leadoff man aboard.
Second base number 4, Dylan Walsh.
Stress the importance of getting the leadoff man on in an inning, and it's not like, TJO has done it every inning. In fact, the 2 innings they have done it were the first when Devonzo reached that error, but nothing came of that. But last inning, Hurley getting on, and that really opened the floodgates for TJO. The 8 and 9 hitters getting on by way of a single and a double. And let the bottom 2 guys in the lineup lead off with those. It's going to be brutal for a team's chances. Lined, caught for out number 2. Walsh is now 0 for 2 after flying out to left his first time. And here is going to be a pinch hitter for the Blue Sox. It is going to be Aiden Driscoll. It's a ball. 0-1 to Aiden. Driscoll was 1 for 1 with an RBI on Monday night against McKay Club. He takes outside 1-1. In the top of the 6th, TJO will have Madak, LaForest, and Hurley due up. Into right field for a base hit. Driscoll 2 for 2 now on the season. Driscoll picks up the pinch hit single, and Travis's night comes to an end 0 for 1 with that pop up to the pitcher. Lineup turns over for Anderson Jimenez, who nearly gets hit.
Shortstop number 2, Anderson Jimenez.
1-0 the count to Jimenez, who is 0 for 2, ground out to short, a fly out to right. Grounds this one down the third base line, and is a foul ball. 1-1. What, DoorDash? Is that what I heard from Depina? Mate. I assume Depina. 1-1 the count. Fouled off 1-2. One thing I have learned is to never have DoorDash delivered to a game at any campus field like this. Yeah, it is a nightmare. 1-2. Fouled off. The Blue Sox picking up their second base hit of the ball game just now with Driscoll's pinch hit single with 2 outs. Still need to get that goose egg out of the run column. Grounder to third, fire on to first, in time, and the side is retired. We are through 5, still 4-0. TJO. Well, pretty simple change for the Blue Sox after pinch hitting for Travis. Driscoll's now behind the plate.
Leading off the top of the 6th, TJO. The first baseman, number 24, Jake Madak.
Hartley still out there for the Blue Sox after striking out both batters he faced in the top of the 5th in relief of the starter, Chris Wannett. That's at the top of the zone for strike 1 to Jake Madak, whose RBI single in the top of the 4th is everything TJO is all TJO was needed at this point, but the 3 runs obviously in the top of the 5th didn't hurt either. Certainly hurt if you're the Blue Sox, though. 0-2. Madak, Forrest, and Hurley due up, and if anyone gets on, Osberg. Hartley misses outside. Count is 1-2. Hartley. Last appearance was a couple innings against the Expos last Monday. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and of course no runs allowed. Nobody allowed any runs in that game. Felt like we were going to have more of the same tonight, but TJO breaking through against Wannett in the 4th and the 5th with total of 7 hits across those 2 innings. And read line number 3. Still 2-2. 2-2 the count to Madak, the first baseman. Here's the one of the pitch from Hartley. 3-2. Action warming now in the TJO bullpen. Popped up on the infield over towards foul ground, and Driscoll can't hang on to it. E2 will keep the inning alive. Keep the at-bat alive, rather, for Madak. And, well, L5 will put an end to that. One up, one down. And here is Ian LaForest. 0 for 2, a pop up to third, and a fielder's choice on his line tonight. Grounds this one, nicks off of Zawadzki's glove into left field for a base hit. Wide turn at first, but holding with his first hit of the ball game is Ian LaForest.
Right fielder number 22, Kevin Hurley.
So LaForest 1 for 3 now. Here is Kevin Hurley, single leading off the top of the fifth, and then came around to score. After being retired 10 in a row from the first to the fourth innings, TJO now with 8 hits in the last 3. 1-0 the count. Two and 0 the count. TJO has 8 hits in their last 14 at-bats. Oh, it's a great pitch to pick up the outside corner, really demoralize a batter, but just a tad outside, and Hurley's in the driver's seat, 3-0. Throw back to first. Feliciano with a little extra spice on that tag, but LaForest was back safely. 4 runs now on 8 hits, no errors, and 4 left. And there's a walk to Hurley. Here's Osberg. 1 for 2, fly out to left in the third, and a double and a run scored in the fifth. So again, 4 runs on 8 hits with no errors and 4 left for TJO. Make you move like the Matrix and dude was stuck in slugs. 1-0 for the Blue Sox. No runs on 2 hits. 1 error, 2 errors rather, and 4 left. Blue Sox have only gone down 1, 2, 3 in 1 inning to this point, and with now 6 straight balls thrown by Hartley after the single by LaForest, both Feliciano and Driscoll coming in to make sure he's all right, but no one yet warming behind Hartley in the Blue Sox bullpen. 2-0, 3-0. Rick DeAngelo's getting ready to come out and maybe have a chat. That's on the outside corner, 3-1. Good call to get your confidence back if you're a pitcher, but the breaking ball on the opposite side looked like just as much of a strike, if not more so. So the previous at bat, but there's a strike to make it a full count with one out here. Last thing you want to do is load the bases with this game potentially at a tipping point. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Third strikeout for Hartley. 2 down. And here is Devonzo as the lineup turns over.
Second baseman number 38,
Devonzo, 1 for 3. Reached on that error in the first, struck out looking in the third, and then a 2-run double and a run scored his last time up in the 5th. Both runners go, throw down to third, way up the line. 1 run scores. It's a double steal into third in the process. Goes well fourth, but the umpires are going to confer about something. Rick DeAngelis might be, he's looking for an interference call on the batter or one of the runners. All right, so it's going to be a strike and the double steal and the run scores. So, yep. Well, obviously not what Rick DeAngelis wanted to hear. I was hoping for batter's interference there, but 0-2 now. Couple errors in the inning. Extending the lead to 5-0 now for TJO. One and two the count. Hurley at third. A double steal and an error brings home LaForest. And will be fouled off. In the bottom of the 6th, the Blue Sox will have Feliciano, Maisel, and Anderson due up, possibly against a new pitcher. Chris Tejeda was the one warming in the TJO bullpen earlier, but we'll see if a 5-0 lead is enough to convince Bob Johnson to let McMillan stay in this one. The side is retired with another strikeout for Hartley, but the damage has been done. 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors, and 1 left through 5.5. 5-0 TJO.
Blue Sox to the bottom of the sixth, the first baseman, number 21, Josue Feliciano.
Bottom of the sixth, Sway to lead things off for the Blue Sox. TJO able to tack on another run. They lead 5-0 here. Sway 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. He's ahead in the count 1-0 against the new TJO pitcher, Ross Dexter. Flare to foul territory, and that'll get down for a strike. 1-1 the count to Sway. Against the Boston Padres on June 6th, Ross was 0 for 4 at the plate with 2 strikeouts, but pitched 3 innings, allowed 4 hits with just 1 earned run, but 5 runs total, 4 walks and 2 Ks. 2-1 the count to number 21, Sway. Oof. Yeah, I know, right? Hey, you know, bad ball luck will bite you sometimes. A nice piece there, but lined right to the shortstop for out number 1. You know, that's, you know, something you got to live with baseball, unfortunately. But, you know, the cliche, that's baseball for you. There's a reason people hate cliches. 0 on the count to Maisel, who's 0 for 2 with a flyout to left and a strikeout swinging. Do you suppose Yogi Berra and Casey Stengel were, you know, like 18th or 19th century humorists in past lives? Probably. I don't know. 0-2. 1-2. Can Maisel get on for Nick Anderson? You got to do a lot of work to get back into this one, though. It's the bottom of the 6th. You only have 5 outs to play with offensively. To score 5 runs just to pull even. One, 2. Outside, 2-2. Blue Sox have already been shut out once this season, but that was in a game in which they also shut out their opponent. Hoping to avoid being on the losing end of a clean sheet here. Full count. That was a great breaking ball there into Pena. Well, even though there was nobody on to try and advance if he hadn't let that go, that was a great pitch to call, but didn't get the call. 3-2 now to Maisel with 1 out. Well, Maisel coaxes the walk out of him. Now, again, the Blue Sox have yet to get the leadoff man aboard in any inning this ball game, but they have had base runners in each inning except the 3rd. That is the 4th walk drawn by Blue Sox hitters tonight. Only 2 hits. Both singles. Like that one. Nick Anderson is now 2 for 3 tonight, continuing his Sun run. First pitch swinging, no less. Well, looks like we are going to have a pinch hitter here for the Blue Sox. And I'll tell you in just a second. A swing and a miss for strike 1. Tobey Nakajima batting now for the Blue Sox. Count is even 1-1, but now it is 1-2.
Pinch hitting is number 22, Toby Nakajima.
So that puts an end to David Vanderzouwen's night, going 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout to right and a swing and a miss by Nakajima. So 2 down. And here's Zawatsky. Oof, just missed for ball 1. In the top of the 7th, Steves, DePina, and Goonan due up for TJO. Able to hold up there is Zawatsky, and he's ahead 2-0. Zawatsky, 2 walks on his line tonight. That's in there for a strike, 2-1. Maisel picking up a walk, and Anderson picking up a single for another multi-hit game, but now their final 4 outs are the Blue Sox here. Oh, boy, that is a rough one, no matter who you are. Trying to duck out of the way of one, and you get a called strike, 2-2. Maisel at second, Anderson at first, and a swing and a miss by Zawatsky, and the side is retired. Great job there by Dexter. We're through 6, and it is still 5-0 TJO. Well, Nakajima will stay in the game in right field. We got a new noodle on the mound for the Blue Sox. It is Ryan O'Rourke, as he will face Steves, DePina, and Goonan. So Hartley's night is done after an inning in 2/3, allowing 1 run on 1 hit, 1 walk, and 4 Ks. Good job, too, by Hartley, avoiding any further damage in that top of the 5th when TJO broke it open with 3 runs to chase the Blue Sox starter, Chris Wannett. But nothing for the Blue Sox to try and close that gap. And it is now 2-0 to Steves, who is trying to race his 0 for 3 with a fly out to center, a ground out to third, and a ground out to second. Foul tip into the mitt for strike one. O'Rourke in his fourth ICL season now with the Blue Sox. Grounded foul, and it'll be strike two, 2-2 on Monday the 3rd against the Expos. One inning with 2 strikeouts and no runs or walks or hits. For a clean inning here to at least give the Blue Sox a fighting chance. Five spots, nothing new to the Blue Sox this season. Really nothing new to the Blue Sox historically. Well, they're 5 spots in the last 2 games in the first inning. Not the 7th when they're down to their final 3 outs or anything like that. Strike 3 called, and Steves is retired. He's going to wear an 0 for 4. Called strike 3 there. Here's DePina. He is 2 for 3 with a ground out to third, 2 singles, and an RBI. A swing and a miss for strike 1 as O'Rourke blows the fastball by him. And the Blue Sox will be off until Saturday, 5:45 scheduled first pitch in the nightcap of the Intercity League Day of Baseball against the Malden Mad Dogs. All 7 ICL teams will be in action, and O'Rourke will flip back to first. Oh, we got a new first baseman, by the way. Sway no longer in the game. Is that that's not Vanders out? It's Harrison Tucker over at first base. So, and one change we got to report to you we didn't catch. Our apologies, but 2 down now here in the top of the 7th. So Tucker in at first base for the Blue Sox, and Goonan comes up empty for strike 1 here. Goonan 1 for 3. That's single and a run scored back in the 4th, and he takes a called strike 2. So in the bottom of the 7th, the Blue Sox will be down to their final 3 outs. It will be Lisco, Walsh, and Driscoll due up. 0-2 the count and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Tommy Goonan, side retired. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The Blue Sox have another 5 spot in them this week. They need it now to try and keep this one going. 5-0 TJO. 3 outs to get for the visitors.
Hitting for your Blue Sox in the bottom of the 7th. Number 20, Andrew Salima.
Andrew Salima to lead things off. Pinch hitting for A.J. Lisco, and comes up empty for strike 1 against Ross Dexter. So Lisco's night ends 0 for 2 with a ground out to second and a pop-up to third. That is inside for ball 1 to Salima. 1-1 the count. Walsh and Driscoll due up after him. 2-1 now. Mentioned Harrison Tucker was in the game defensively in that top of the 7th for the Blue Sox at first base, as that is in there for a strike. 2-2. Strike 3 called. 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th. TJO trying to pick up the road shutout of the Blue Sox.
Second base number 4, Dylan Walsh.
Here's Walsh. 0 for 2. Fly out to left, line out to short. Swing at the first pitch, grounder the other way to short. Oh, it gets past the shortstop. Boy, there is one of those breaks the Blue Sox have been hoping for most of this night, but can they capitalize
The catcher number 24,
in full is the question. They haven't been able to do that yet. They haven't gotten the leadoff man on in any inning tonight. The first error of the game committed by TJO. Here is Driscoll, base hit his first time up, pinch hitting for Austin Travis in the 5th. Don't want to run yourself into outs here, but Walsh does have good speed, as that is in there for ball 1, although the Blue Sox did run themselves into a crucial out in the bottom of the 4th, specifically the last out of that bottom of the 4th. Anderson getting caught at home on a potential double steal. That would have been the tying run. It would have made it a 1-1 ball game, and the inning obviously would continue there for the Blue Sox. Instead, remain 1-0, and TJO has only extended their lead since. 1-1 the count here. Dexter delivers, fouled off into the screen, 1-2. I mean, you admire the aggressive play calling there from Rick DeAngelis to try and generate some offense, light a fire, but great defensive execution by TJO to keep that goose egg up there. 3 hits tonight for the Blue Sox, all singles. One and 2 the count. Grounded to the right side, but it'll go foul. Aiden McMillan looking to pick up the win here. Went 5 innings, didn't allow a run, obviously. 3 walks and 2 hits allowed. Striking out 1, 2, 3, only 3 batters pitched to contact. Really, that his entire outing. It's been Dexter who's been racking up the Ks. He might rack up a 2-ball to end the game. No, just barely beating it out is Driscoll. So the Blue Sox down to their final out as the lineup turns over for Anderson Jimenez. Trying to race his 0-for. He is 0 for 3. Ground out to short, fly out to right, ground out to third. Fouled off, strike 1. Dexter has had as many strikeouts in an inning and 2/3 so far as McMillan had in 5 innings. In fact, his 3 strikeouts were all consecutively. Nakajima and Zawadzki to end the 6th. And then Salima leading off this 7th. Driscoll at first after beating out the would-be game-ending double play, and that plunks Jimenez. Harrison Tucker, who came in defensively in the top half to bat now for the first time.
The first baseman, number 48, Harrison Tucker.
So Sway ends his night 0 for 2 with a walk. And here is Tucker, his first at-bat of the ball game. It is 1-0 to Harrison. Tuck takes a strike there. 1-1. Tuck is playing his third game. No official at-bat, has gotten one walk so far this season. He comes up empty there. And the Blue Sox down to their final strike of the evening. Dexter trying to put the finishing touches on a pristine performance by TJO in this interleague matchup. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three, and the ball game is over. TJO Sports shuts out the Blue Sox 5-0 on a combined three-hitter. On the arms of McMillan and Dexter. I misspoke. It's actually just 2 hits, not 3 hits allowed by, I think I did say 2 hits, 3 walks allowed by McMillan. Just the 1 hit allowed by Dexter, who picks up 4 Ks in 2 innings to, again, get the combined 3-hit shutout of the Lexington Blue Sox and improve their record to 6-2, and we'll see how that holds with the rest of the Park League schedule tonight. And that currently 3-way tie for first place at the top of the Park League. While the Blue Sox take their second loss of the season. It's their second time they've been shut out this season. 3-2-1 is their record. Again, they are off until Saturday afternoon/evening. A scheduled 5:45 first pitch for that game against the Malden Mad Dogs. Oh, I got it. Sorry, Rick. I'm in the middle of this. All right, well, thanks for watching this presentation of Lexington Blue Sox baseball here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and support the Blue Sox and the Intercity League all season long at intercityleaguebaseball.com. See you Saturday evening for the Blue Sox and the Mad Dogs. Again, 5:45 scheduled first pitch, maybe a little later, depending on how the other games in that day of baseball play out. And, of course, Saturday, the 30th anniversary celebration reunion for the Blue Sox franchise. Once again, the final score from Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. It is TJO Sports 5 and the Lexington Blue Sox 0. For all my righty friends here at LHS, my name is Sam Feely. Thanks for tuning in. Love you, Katrina. Party hard, Caitlin.